Have you ever felt that slow, painful fade? That moment when her messages got shorter, her calls less frequent, and suddenly the woman who once couldn't go a day without hearing your voice starts acting like you don't even exist? Be honest. You check your phone more often than you should. You see her online, but she doesn't reply. You write a message, then delete it, because you don't want to look desperate, but deep down you're dying for a sign. You replay the last conversation 100 times in your head. What did I do wrong? Why is she pulling away? Should I text her again? Should I give her space? And that silence, it cuts deeper than any breakup. Because it's not just her ignoring you, it's the feeling of being invisible to someone who once saw everything in you. You lie awake at night, wondering if she's talking to someone else, if she already moved on, if you meant nothing after all those memories. And the worst part? You start to lose yourself in trying not to lose her. But what if I told you this? That this exact moment, this pain, this silence, is where your power is hidden? That the way you respond right now will either destroy your confidence or rebuild the strongest version of you she's ever seen. Because the truth is, when a woman distances herself, most men panic. They chase, they beg, they over-explain. But not you. Not after today. Because in this video, I'll show you exactly what to do when she pulls away. Not from desperation, but from mastery. If you've ever loved deeply and got ignored painfully, this message is for you. So take a deep breath, stop checking your phone, and listen carefully, because this might be the video that finally makes everything click. Welcome to Stoic Mysteries, where we decode the hidden psychology of love, loss, and masculine power. Hit like, subscribe, and watch this video till the end. Because once you understand what I'm about to tell you, you'll never chase again. She will. 1. Why chasing her backfires every time. When she starts pulling away, your instincts scream, "Fix it now." You think if you just talk to her, explain yourself, or remind her how good things were, she'll come back. But chasing her when she withdraws doesn't bring her closer. It pushes her further. Because in that moment, you stop being the calm, grounded man she was drawn to, and become the anxious boy she's trying to escape. You see, attraction is built on polarity, calm strength versus emotional chaos. When she distances herself, she's unconsciously testing the energy between you. Can this man stay centered even when I pull away? Or will he crumble? Most men fail that test. They panic text, send long paragraphs, apologize for things they didn't even do. They think if I just show how much I care, she'll realize my worth. But what she actually feels is pressure, the weight of your emotional need. Women don't lose attraction because you love them. They lose it because you stop respecting yourself in the process. Think about it. When you first met, you weren't desperate. You were playful, confident, unpredictable. You didn't chase, you attracted. And now that she's distant, that energy must return. Here's the truth. You can't convince someone to value you by begging. You can only remind them of your value by walking with dignity. Every message you don't send, every moment you resist the urge to explain, you're sending a louder message. I'm not here to be chosen. I'm here to be appreciated. So stop chasing the woman who pulled away. Let silence do what words can't. Because when you stop running after her, she finally has to turn around and see what she's walking away from. 2. The secret power of silence. Silence. It's terrifying at first. You'll wake up wanting to reach out, check her socials, see if she still cares. But every time you resist that urge, you grow stronger. Silence isn't emptiness. It's space. Space where respect, attraction, and curiosity are reborn. When you go silent, you're no longer reacting to her emotions. You're responding to your own. You're saying, I don't need to chase love. I am love. Silence triggers something deep in the female psyche. It creates uncertainty. Not the toxic kind, but the magnetic kind. It makes her wonder what happened. Why isn't he reaching out? Has he moved on? And that wondering reignites interest. Psychologically, silence activates curiosity and loss aversion, 2 of the strongest emotional triggers in human behavior. When she no longer feels your attention, she starts to crave it again. But here's the catch. Silence only works if it's authentic. If you're counting days of no contact, waiting for her text, checking her status every hour, and she'll feel it. Women sense energy. They know when silence is strength and when it's just a disguise for desperation. So make your silence sacred. Use it to rebuild yourself. Meditate, train, journal, reconnect with friends. Turn your heartbreak into discipline, because silence isn't about making her miss you. It's about making you remember who you were before her validation mattered. And when she finally hears that silence, truly hears it, she won't just miss your messages, she'll miss the man who stopped needing her approval to feel alive. 3. How to make her feel your absence. Most men try to make her miss them with tricks, ignoring messages, posting fake happy stories. But real absence isn't performance. It's energy withdrawal. You make her feel your absence when your attention, your most valuable currency, no longer revolves around her. Energy flows where focus goes. If you were once texting constantly, checking in, showing affection, and now your focus is on your mission, your body, your growth, she will feel that energetic void. Picture this. She scrolls through her feed expecting to see you watching her stories, liking her posts. But your name isn't there. She waits. She wonders. And suddenly the silence that once comforted her starts to sting. Why? Because absence amplifies value. The moment she realizes your presence wasn't guaranteed, she starts to miss what she took for granted. But don't fake it. Live it. When you genuinely detach, when your laughter, your peace, your energy shift back to yourself, she'll feel that change vibrate through her subconscious. She'll remember your calmness, your warmth, the way you listened, and she'll question, was I too quick to pull away? That's the beauty of authentic absence. It's not manipulation. It's emotional truth. When something real disappears, the heart feels its echo. So stop trying to make her miss you through posts or games. Make her miss the peace she felt when she was around you. And that only happens when you rediscover that peace within yourself first. 4. The psychology that pulls her back. Now let's step inside her mind. At first, your silence will surprise her. She'll think, he finally got the hint. But days pass, weeks maybe, and you don't return. That's when confusion sets in. She starts to ask herself, did he move on? Was I not that important? Why isn't he chasing like other guys do? Her brain can't handle the contradiction between her actions, pulling away, and her feelings, missing your stability. That tension, known as cognitive dissonance, is what makes her rethink everything. Soon she starts reminiscing. Old photos, old chats, old memories. She checks your stories, just to see how you're doing. She might even send a subtle text. Hey, how have you been? But this is your test, not hers. If you respond too quickly, if you sound excited or eager, the polarity breaks again. She needs to feel that your world didn't stop when she left. Be kind but grounded, warm but not available. Show that your peace isn't negotiable. That's the psychology that pulls her back, not words. Not tactics, but emotional contrast. She left a man she thought she understood. Now she's seeing a version she's never met. One that doesn't need her to feel whole. And nothing reignites attraction faster than curiosity mixed with regret. So when she circles back, and she often will, don't think of it as victory. See it as confirmation that your strength worked. 5. Becoming emotionally untouchable. Let's be clear, emotionally untouchable doesn't mean cold. It means composed. It's when your peace can't be stolen by someone else's silence. To reach that state, follow these principles. 1. Accept reality. Stop arguing with what's happening. If she's distant, let her be. Acceptance is the foundation of emotional strength. 2. Transmute pain into power. The energy of heartbreak is nuclear. Use it. Train harder. Create more. Build something lasting. 3. Detach from the outcome. You don't need her back to validate your worth. The real win is peace, not reconciliation. 4. Control the narrative in your head. Replace "she's ignoring me" with "I'm growing through this." Language shapes emotion. 5. Practice stillness. When you feel like texting, breathe. When you want to react, wait. That pause is where maturity is born. Over time, the emotional waves flatten. You stop riding the highs and lows of someone else's affection. You stand tall, calm, focused, magnetic. The man who can love deeply yet stay unbroken when ignored. That's rare. And rare is always valuable. 6. Turning heartbreak into self-respect. Here's where everything changes. You've been through the ache, the waiting, the wondering, the quiet nights that feel endless. You've cried, you've questioned, you've begged the universe for clarity. But now it's time to reclaim your dignity. Every heartbreak carries a hidden invitation to return to yourself. You see, love was never meant to make you lose your self-respect. It was meant to teach you what real love should feel like. Calm, mutual, consistent. When she walked away, it wasn't punishment. It was redirection. The universe was saying, "You've learned enough about giving. Now learn how to receive some from yourself." Heartbreak, when faced with wisdom, becomes rebirth. You start sleeping better. You laugh again, not because she came back, but because you did. You forgive her, not to free her, but to free yourself. You look in the mirror and finally see someone who survived being ignored, abandoned, misunderstood, and still chose to love again. That's power. That's masculinity in its purest form. Not control, but composure. And when she eventually realizes what she lost, and she will, it won't even matter. Because you'll have already stepped into the next chapter of your life, one where your self-respect is non-negotiable. Remember, the goal was never to make her regret losing you. The goal was to make you grateful she did. Conclusion: if this video spoke to your heart, if you felt even a single line echo in your chest, then don't let it fade. Hit like, drop a comment saying "I choose self-respect." And subscribe to Stoic Mysteries for more insights on Stoic masculinity, emotional mastery, and attraction psychology. Remember, silence isn't weakness. It's your shield. And self-respect isn't pride, it's peace. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.